The one we need to take care about the very basic concepts. The one we need to taking care about the very basic concept and the very most important concept we need to mentioned that class. And after that, I will be taking with, sorry, which I will be taking with method. And then need to mentioned that object. While working, this particular programming, while working this particular Java programming, the very basic concept and the very most important concept, the very basic concept and the very most important concept need to be understood, taking with class and then taking with method and then taking with object. Now, if I'm taking with the technical definitions, if I'm taking with the class, what is the definition of the class? Combination of data variables and data methods. If I'm taking with the class, we need to be mentioned that. If I'm taking with the class, we need to be mentioned that combination of data variables and data methods. In the same way, we got in a method. What is the definition of the method? Group of statements. If I'm taking with definition of the method, definition of the method, we need to be mentioned that group of statement. If I'm taking with definition of the method,
Recording in
we need
progress.
to be mentioned that group of statement. That particular method, how many types we got? Two types. That particular method, we got two types here. What are the two types we got? One will be taking with predefined. Another one, what is it? User defined. One will be taking with predefined method and then taking with user defined method. In the same way, we got an option of taking with object. What is the definition of the object? Instance of the class. If I'm taking with the object, we need to be mentioned the instance of the class. This is what we need to be take care about. This is what we need to be take care about in considering that the technical definitions according to the Java programming or according to this particular Java part. These are the very basic part in understanding. The same thing when it's come to programming. The same thing when it's come to this particular respective programming. We need to take care about. We need to take care about in writing that particular respective program. To write that particular program, as usual, we are taking with the help of Eclipse. If I'm taking with the Eclipse, what is the use of Eclipse? Use of Eclipse. Writing with the programs and executing the program. Once you are taking with the Eclipse, under Eclipse, what need to be created? Under Eclipse, what need to create it? Project. Under Eclipse, we need to create a project. Under project, what is it? Package. Under package, what is it? Class. Under the class, writing that particular code. That is what we need to be get take care about. That is what we need to be get taking care about in following that particular respective Java standards here. Okay. So that part perfectly okay. Continued with the same. We got Eclipse. We have been created with the project and then created with package. Under that package, according to the programmer, according to that particular programmer, we can take care about. According to that particular programmer, we can take care about in creating with that particular respective classes. That we need to create in a class using the option. What is option? What is option? Class. We are taking with the option that will be taking with class. And then need to be get provide that particular respective class name. We need to be get provide that particular respective class name. The name can be anything. The name can be anything, but the standards to be followed. The class name need to start with capital letter. Name can be anything. Name can be anything, but class name need to start with capital letter. But it is giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Why it is giving an error? Which has been already exist. I mean, whenever you are taking with that particular respective class name, always class name need to start with capital letter. Class name need to be start with capital letter. Along with that, that class name should be unique. That particular class name should be unique. It's need to be get taken care about. It's need to be get take care about. That particular class name need to be unique. Now we are providing that particular class name according to your comfortable. According to your comfortable, you can provide any of the name. Name you can provide anything. It doesn't make any problem. That we got provided class name and then click on finish. That we got created with the class as usual. Class has been created. In that we got in a public. Meaning of public. Meaning of public. Access modifier or access specifier. What is the use of that? Meaning of the public. To provide particular access for the class. In the same way, we got in a class. Meaning of the class. What is it? Keyword. If I'm taking with class, that will be considering the keyword. If I'm taking with the class, that will be considering the keyword. Then you will be taking with this hello to. What you can consider? Class name. You can consider the class name. And this is class open bracket and then class close bracket. First we got taking care about in creating with the class. First we got taking care about in creating with class. Inside of that as usual we are writing with main method. We are taking care about in writing with main method. Considering the string args need to take care about that particular main method. What is the use of the main method? Use of main method to start program execution for the purpose of starting with program execution for the purpose of starting with program execution you will be taking with main method. So what is the use of the main method? To start program execution. If you want to take care about, if you want to take care about to execute, if you want to execute any Java program, if you want to execute any Java program, then you will take care about, main method. Then you will take care about main method, that particular respective main method to start program execution. Okay. As usual, we need to print the statement. For printing with the statement, what is the printf statement? System dot out dot println. For the whole Java, if you want to be get print for the whole Java, if you want to be get print any kind of statement for the whole Java programming, if you want to be get print, any kind of statement, if you want to be get print any kind of statement, then you will take care about system dot out dot println. Okay. Third, you need to take care about printing any statement according to your comfortable. According to your comfortable, you can take care about in writing any statement. Not like the same, not like the same. It can go with any of the statement. For understanding, we return the statement of main method executed. Okay. And then we got created with the class. Once we got created with the class, we need to be get take care about method. If I'm taking with the method, what is the definition of the method? Definition of the method. Group of statements. How many types of methods? How many types? Two types. What are those two types? Predefined, user defined. Meaning of predefined? Defined by the language. Meaning of user defined? Defined by the user. So according to our requirement, we can come up with our own method. According to the requirement, we can come up with taking care about our own method. In that, we need to begin writing with the method, taking with public, and then consider void and taking care about method name. If I'm taking with class name need to start with capital letter. In the same way, method name need to start with small letter. As simple as according to the programming, always class name need to start with capital letter and method name need to start with small letter. Okay. Now see the understanding. Providing that particular method name, always method need to be followed by bracket. Always method need to be followed by brackets. That method need to be get open. That method need to be get open and then taking with close. We are coming up with in writing our own methods here, taking care about writing with the method and need to take care about, we need to take care about in printing with the statement. We need to take care about in printing with the statement. To get print that statement, you can write, you can type the whole statement. Otherwise, what is the shortcut we got? SYSO. Just you need to type. You need to type SYSO, and from keyboard, control space. From keyboard, we need to go with control space. From the keyboard, we need to take with control space. Need to begin provide that. Now we need to begin taking care about in printing that. As usual, I'm just taking care about mentioning that M1 executed, taking care about in mentioning that M1 executed. We need to be taking care about M1 executed. Okay. Now see the understanding. It is giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Why it is giving an error? Same method name. Method name has been provided as same. We need to take care about providing the unique method considering that M2 executed, then taking with M3 considering that M3 executed. So we got taking care about in creating with the class. We got take care about in creating with the class. Inside of the class, we got take care about writing the method. Inside of the class, we take care about writing the methods. We can take care about in writing n number of methods. We can take care about in writing n number of methods. Okay. Now let's get execute the program. Let's get execute the program. If I'm executing this program, what is the first statement it has to print? If I execute this program, what is output it will get? What is the first statement it will print? If I'm run this program, what is the first statement it will print? Main method executed. After that, after that, let's try on this. So we are executing. See the output. What is the statement? Main method executed. Is that it is printing M1, M2, M3? No. So this is what we have been discussing about the whole conclusion of the Java, the whole concept of Java, in a very simple, we can understand in the three options. The one you will be taking with class. If I'm taking with the class, what is the use of the class? What is the use of the class? To write a program. If I'm taking with the class has been used to write a program. In simple, if I'm taking with the class has been used to write in a program. As simple as while working with Java programming, if you want to create any program, it's mandatory. You need to take care about using the class. Without using the class, there is no chance of writing with the program. As simple, if you want to write in a program, in Java, you have to write a program. Javalo oka program rayali. If you want to write in a program, what do you require? Class. As simple. Assume that you want to write one program. What do you have to do? You need to create one class. You want to write 10 programs. Then 10 classes need to be created. If you want to write 20 programs, 20 classes. If you want to write 50 programs, 50 classes. As simple as how many programs you want to write, how many programs you want to write, that many classes need to be created. That many classes need to be created. Okay. In the same way, you got an option of taking with method. If I'm taking the method, what is the use of the method? What is the use of the method? To perform action. If I'm taking with the method, which has been used to perform action, whatever it can be, any kind of action, you want to take care about, to perform the action. If you want to perform the action, you need to take care about using the method. The one we got in a class and the one we got in a method. What is the use of the class? What is the use of the class? To write a program. What is the use of the method? To perform action. In the same way, we got an object. In the same way, we got an object. What is the use of object? What is the use of object? To access methods. What kind of methods? What kind of methods? What kind of methods? Any kind of methods. If you want to be get access, any kind of methods, you need to take care about. In utilizing with object here. These three concepts are the very basic concept and the very most important concept need to be get understand. The whole conclusion as part of Java, the whole concept of Java. Either you can learn the Java for 1 hour or you can learn the Java for 1 year. Looks like lot of concepts will be learning, but even though you learn the Java for 1 year, the main part you have to take care about class and then method and then object. In the very simple way, you need to be get understood. If you want to write the program in Java, we need to use, what do you need to use? Class. If you want to perform the action, need to use method. If you want to access the method, taking the help of object here. That is what the very simple understanding you need to be clear. Looks like lot of other concepts are there, but any of other concepts are connected with these three things here. Based on your requirement, you will take care about. Based on your requirement, you will take care about in creating with multiple classes, creating with multiple methods, and creating with multiple objects here. So according to the requirement, you need to take care about. According to the requirement, you have to take care about what are the steps need to be done. Now, say that to perform any kind of activity, to perform any kind of activity, as usual, you have to take care about in following the syntax. You need to take care about in following with that particular syntax. In that, if you want to take care about the class, if you want to take care about the class, what is the syntax we followed? Taking with public and then class and then taking care about class name. You need to open that class and then taking care about closing that particular class. If I'm taking with this particular one, if you just consider this particular class, you are taking care about following with the syntax of public and giving with class and then providing class name. That is what the syntax need to be followed. And that is what we followed. That is what we followed. Or any other syntax. That is what the syntax we done. In the same way, we got in a method. We got in a method to create the method. What is the syntax we followed? Taking with public, after that void, and then taking care about method name. Method name followed by brackets. Method name followed by brackets here, which we will be taking care about taking with that particular method, which will be taking care about that particular method. Considering that, you can see that you need to take care about, you need to be get taking care about writing with the method. To write that method, you are taking with public and then void and need to be get provide that method name. That means whenever you are working with the programming, nothing but your Java, we got mentioning that programming language. Yes or no? Java is programming language or not? So Java has been considered that programming language according to the requirement. You need to be get comfortable in understanding following that particular respective syntax. Not only the programming languages. If we go with any language, let's go with our regular languages also. Whenever you are learning the Telugu language, English or anything, first you are taking care about in learning that alphabets, and then you take care about in making the words. Based on that, you're done with the sentence. According to that, you are taking the grammar and filling with all the things here. I mean, you're following certain standards to be followed while working with any of the language. Whenever you are taking with the Java also, you have to take care about in following with certain syntax to be followed. That particular syntax which has been already defined it. It's not like you are coming up with any of your own rule. Is that you are coming up with your own rule? Is that you are coming up with your own rules? No, you are not coming up with any of your own things or any of your own standards. Java guys, what exactly the standards has been provided? We are trying to understand to follow that standards here. In that, taking care about this particular object. So how we can create that particular object? How we can create that particular object? The syntax to be followed. The syntax to be followed. See that it will be taking with class name. It will be taking with class name. After that, taking with object name. You will be taking with, you will be taking with class name and then taking with object name equal to which you will be taking with new class name here. You will be taking with, you will be taking with class name and then taking with object name equal to new class name. The syntax to be followed, the syntax to be followed. You are learning the programming, not like any difficult. Just try to understand, try to take the practice of what is the syntax to be followed. A syntax aim follow wali. Like to create in a class, what is the syntax I need to follow? To create that method, what is the syntax? To create the object, what is the syntax? In Java, to perform each and every activity, try to understand what is the syntax to be followed. Very easily, you can learn the subject. Very easily, you can get the comfortable in programming. See that. If I want to create object, if I want to create object, what is the syntax I need to follow? Class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay, let's try on this. Let's try on this. So previously we are already created class and we created method. Okay. Now object need to be created. Object need to be created. See the understanding. According to our understanding, methods are available in, methods are available in, methods are available in class. Methods need to be available in the class. There is no chance of, there is no chance of methods are available in outside of the class. Always methods are available in inside of the class. As simple, we need to create method. We need to create the methods in inside of the class. We need to create the methods. We need to create the methods in inside of the class. Okay. In the same way, in the same way, we got a requirement of object need to be created. Previously, we created method. Method create chesam. Method created in, method created in inside of the class. In the same way, in the same way, object need to be created. Object need to be created in inside of main method. Object need to be created. Object need to be created in inside of main method. See the understanding. Methods are created in, methods are created in inside of the class. In the same way, object need to be created in, object need to be created in inside of the main method. Inside of the main method, object need to be created in inside of the main method. The syntax we are already knowing. What is the syntax we will follow? To create object, what is the syntax? Class name, object name equal to new class name. That is the syntax to be followed. That object need to be created in, object need to be created in inside of main method. Inside of the main method, we need to create the object. Just to understand, just to understand. If we take with the syntax, if I'm taking with the syntax, what is the syntax need to be followed? Class name. After that, object name. After that, equal to new, taking with class name here. That is what the syntax to be followed. The statement not required to write. I'm just giving the two forward slashes. I just provided two forward slashes. According to the Java, the meaning of two forward slashes. According to the Java, the meaning of two forward slashes. What is the meaning? According to the HTML, the meaning of the two slashes? According to the HTML. Yeah. According to the HTML, the two forward slashes. What is it? In between of HTML code. According to the HTML, the meaning of two forward slashes in between of HTML code. But are we working HTML or Java? Are we working HTML or Java? Java or HTML? Java, not Bava. Java or HTML? What is it? Java. Okay, done. Now, that particular Java, according to the Java, the meaning will change it. HTML, that is different. Java is different. According to the Java, the meaning of two forward slashes, we can say that comments. What is it? Comments. In simple, meaning of comments? More information. The meaning of comments, more information. That means related to this program, if you want to provide, any of information, any of the information you want to provide, you can make in the comments. The general meaning of comments, we can say that more information, but according to the Java technical definition, the technical definition of comments, we can say that not executable code. According to the Java, the meaning of comments, not executable code. The meaning is the lines, the statement, what you provided in the comments, that particular statements are not executed. Now, in the whole program, line number 15, in the whole program, the line number 15, it will not be executed. The line number 15, it will not be executed by Java. That is just for understanding purpose in simple. What is the meaning of comments? Not executable code. Okay, now create the object. So where we can create the object? Inside of not method, inside of main method, Now to create object, what is the syntax? Class name. What is our class name? What is the class name? Allow to. We need to be get provide. Class name. We need to be get provide. Class name that will be taking with hello to. We provide class name. Okay. After that, what is it? Object name. So we provided that particular class name. After that, need to be get provide object name. We need to be get provide object name. Now, class name need to start with capital letter. Method name need to start with small letter. In the same way, object name need to start with small letter. Object name should be the small letter. It's not like just only small letter. The whole object name should be small letter. The whole object name should be small letter. In simple, you can understand that object name should be small letter. Not like start with small letter. You can understand that object name should be small letter. Okay. Now we need to provide object name according to your comfortable. According to your comfortable. Class name, you can provide anything. Method name can be anything. In the same way, object name also, it can provide anything. For our easy understanding, I'm just giving the M. I'm just giving the letter as M. You can provide any name. You can write your name also. That doesn't make any problem. Object name can be anything. I just provided object name is M. After that, what is the syntax? Equal to, after that, new, after that, taking with class name. Okay. Now, according to this program, meaning of the M, object name of the object. What is the use of object? Yeah. Use of object. What is the use of object? To access the methods. What kind of methods? What kind of methods? Any kind of methods. Now we can see here. I'm taking the M. As a object. Giving the dot. Getting the list of methods. See that list of methods you are getting access or not. So this is clone method, equals method, finalize method, considering that predefined methods, meaning of predefined, defined by the language. We are not worried about all the things, considering that these are the methods. Now we got our own methods, user defined methods, taking the method name M1. After that, I'm taking object and then accessing the method that I'm taking M3. And after that, taking with M, considering that M2. You can access a method in any order according to the requirement. You can access in any order. Now let's run the program. When you run the program, your program is not executing in which order you written. Your program will not execute in which order you written. Your program will execute based on calling the methods or accessing the methods. Your program is executing based on calling the methods, accessing the methods. In which order you are calling, in which order you are accessing, in that order your methods will be executed. Now let's run the program. If I run the program, what is the first statement it will print? What is the first statement? Main method. Why main method? Why main method? Your program execution starts from main method. Always your program execution will start from main method. First it will come to main method. It will print the statement of main method executed, and then it will look into that what are the methods you are calling. According to that order, it will execute. Now we can see that. What is the first statement? Main method. After that, M1. After that, M3. After that, M2 here. This is what you are taking care about. This is what you are taking care about. The concepts of your basic Java, considering that class, method, object. Try to get comfortable these three concepts. 100% it will become an easy to get learn with, to get understand all other concepts here. If you are just comfortable, if you are just getting comfortable about these three concepts here, remaining all other things will be more easy, more comfortable. So don't be confused about all the things here. Don't be confused about all the things. Very simple understanding. Very simple understanding. Assume that you are working with programming. According to the programming requirement, you want to write one program. In Java, you want to write one program. జావాలో ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయాలి. If you want to write in a program, what you will use? What you will use? Class. Create the class. Once you create with the class, you want to start performing required action. According to the requirement, you want to take care about in performing the action. To perform the action, what you will use? What you will use? Method. To perform the action, you will be taking care about method. What is the use of the method? Use of the method to perform the action. How many types of method? How many types of method? Two types. What are the two types? Predefined, user defined. Meaning of predefined? Defined by the language. Meaning of user defined? Defined by the user. So you want to take care about in accessing that particular method. You want to take care about in accessing that particular method. How we can access a method? How you can access a method? Method ఎలా access చేయాలి? By using object. By using the object, we are taking care about in accessing the method. So this is what you need to take care about in working with the programming. So mainly take care about in doing the practice of that class, method, object. 100% you will become a comfortable in working with the programming. Never forget these three concepts. If you forget these three concepts, if you forget these three concepts, Java need to be forget. If you forget the Java, Selenium need to be forget. If you forget the Selenium, your interview need to be get forget. If you forget the interview, your job also need to forget. Your job is forget. Salary is there. Your salary need to be forget here. If you forget about salary, then marriage here. Lot of connectivities are there here. Because of that, from today onwards, in your hostels, what you will do is, what you will do? In the hostel, what you will do? Will think about marriage, sir. Don't think about the marriage. In the hostel, before going to sleep, your hostel mate will be there. Your hostel mate will be there or not? Yes, sir. No, sir. Your hostel mate will be there. Take the help of your hostel mate. Ask him that I will explain the Java. Then you can sit and then you can start explaining the Java to your friend here. Tell them that Java, don't worry, just only three concepts in Java. There are three concepts: class, method, object. In the three concepts, class, use of the class to write the program, and then method, use of the method to perform action. Then you got object, use of the object to access the method. Every day, explain these three concepts your hostel mate. After 1 month, take the course fee also. Uh, so you need to ask them the course fee also, because this is what your very basic. If you get comfortable about these three concepts, 100% it will be easy to work with the programming. So please take care about these three concepts. According to that, you need to be take care about and doing with the practice here. So now we got done with we got done with the three main concepts here. We got taking care about in understanding the three main concepts. What are the three main concepts we got? Taking with class. After that, what is it? Method. After that, what is it? Object. Okay, perfect. Now, according to our understanding, what is the use of the class? What is the use of the class? To write a program. The use of the class to write a program. Then we got method. What is the use of the method? What is the use of the method? To perform action. Okay. Then we got object. What is the use of the object? What is the use of the object? To access methods. What kind of methods? What kind of methods? Any kind of methods. So from today onwards, in your hostel, whenever you are sleeping, remember these three concepts and then you can sleep here. Without remembering these three concepts, don't go for sleeping here. If you go for sleeping also, you will remember Java here. So because of that, first take care about in revising these three concepts and then you can start sleeping here. Now take with the new concept, write with the new heading, write with the new heading, take with the main heading is data types and variables. Write the new heading, data types and variables. Why more absentees today? Uh-huh. India Pakistan match. Uh-huh. Tomorrow class is there, right? Class is there or not? Timings? Timings 10 to 12. Online students also. Online students also. Tomorrow class is there. Don't be forget about that. Your classroom tomorrow? Not in this building. Previous building. Don't forget about that. Not Satyamal. Not Satyamal. Besides Satyamal, you need to be very clear on that. Okay. So now take with the new heading, write with the new heading, mention that considering the taking with data types and variables, and then make a note of some description. Just make a note of some description. 38. Right. So take with the new heading, write with the new heading, mention the data types and variables. Data types and variables. Make a note of this. Write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Data types and variables and take care about this particular one and then data types up to this, up to that highlighted one. All the online students also, all the online students also, please take care about up to that particular highlighted one. Just make a note of, up to that particular highlighted one. So all the online students also, please make a note of that particular highlighted one. All the online students also, just please make a note of up to that particular highlighted one. Make a note of all that particular description, that particular types, and then take care about up to that particular highlighted one. Done? Up to the highlighted one. Online students. Okay, right. So let's understand what exactly mean by this and how we can take care about in utilizing it. See the concepts here. First, understanding what is the use of the class to write a program. Use of the method to perform the action. Use of the object to access methods. In the same way, the purpose of data types and variables or the use of data types and variables. The purpose of data types and variables and the use of data types and variables. We can say that, to represent the data, to represent the data, nothing but to define the data. We are writing the program. When you're writing with the program, when you're writing with the program, according to the program requirement, according to the program requirement, there is a chance of you need to define some data in that program. In that program, you want to define or you want to write some data. For defining the data or representing the data, you are taking care about using the concept of data types and variables. You are taking care about in using with the concept of data types and variables. In simple, let's assume that you want to perform addition of two numbers. If you want to be perform addition of two numbers, you have to take care about the two numbers. The data you have been required. You need to define the data in program. If you want to define the data, if you want to define the data in program, you have to take care about in utilizing the concept of data types and variables. That means we are writing Java program. When you're writing the Java program, for the Java, for the Java, we have to inform that we need to inform that what kind of data we are defining in the program. For Java, we need to inform that what kind of data we are defining. For example, this is one number and this is I can consider one more number. This is an a data. This is an a data and this is I can consider one more data. Now everything is a data only. But is that all the data is same? Is that all these particular data is same? We can consider as a data, but not like all the data has been same. This is we can consider as integer. We can consider that integer data. This is we can consider as what is it? Float. We can consider that float data or decimal data. We can say that float. We can say that float or we can say that decimal. We can say that float or we can say that decimal. And this is we can consider as character, nothing but string data type. We can say that string group of characters. The string, we can say that group of characters. This is, we are saying that integer data type. And this is, we are saying that float data type or decimal data type. And this is, we are saying that string data type, group of characters. I mean, in programming, we got different type of options. According to that program, we need to inform to our program. We need to inform to the program, consider this data as an integer, consider this data as a decimal, or consider this is a string data type. So we have to inform for the program, for the Java, we need to inform. So how we are informing? With the help of programming. With the help of the programming, we are informing by following certain syntax here. By following certain syntax here. Previously, we created the class. To create the class, what is the syntax we followed? Public class name. To create the method, what is the syntax we followed? public void method name. To create object, what is the syntax we followed? Class name, object name equal to new class name here. So to perform each and every particular activity, we are taking care about in following with certain syntax here. In the same way, we need to take care about, in the same way, we have to take care about in defining this data type and variable. Nothing but defining the data. For defining the data also, for defining the data also, we need to take care about in following with certain syntax. For defining the data also, we need to take care about, we need to take care about in following with certain syntax. See that what exactly the syntax we are doing. For that, we are taking with equal symbol. What is the symbol we are using? What is the symbol we are using? Equal symbol. Meaning of equal symbol? Attribute. The meaning of equal symbol, attribute here. That is according to HTML. According to the HTML, according to the HTML, the meaning of equal symbol, attribute. But now, are we working HTML? No. What we are working? What you are working? Java. According to the Java, according to the Java, the meaning of equal symbol, the meaning of equal symbol, assigning. What is it? Assigning. Assignment operator. Assignment operator. Assigning. The meaning of equal to. The meaning of equal to. We can say that assigning. Assignment operator. The meaning of equal to. Assigning. Assignment operator. So whenever you mention that equal to, whenever you mention that equal to, it will understand the equal symbol. The equal symbol will understand that it has to assign the data. The equal symbol will understand that it has to assign the data. But by default, it will not do anything. By default, it will not do anything. Everything we have to perform in the program. Everything we need to perform in the program. If I'm taking with equal, meaning of equal symbol, meaning of equal symbol, assigning. So for that equal symbol, as a programmer, we have to inform to assign the data. Data we provided, but to whom it has to assign, to whom it has to assign, that we need to provide. Nothing but some names we have to provide according to your comfortable. For example, I can go with A or I can go with B, as you are already knowing alphabets. Knowing or not, guys? Alphabets knowing or not? Remembered or forgot? Forgot, huh? How many alphabets are there? 26 or 36? 36, huh? 26 or 36? 30, yeah. Okay, whatever you remember, even though you are not remember, don't be worried. Google is there. Do the Google there. Now we got taking with alphabets, not like that single character. You can go with the combination according to your comfortable, here. And don't be confused like, sir, I need to start only A. You can go with the X and Y also. Anything according to your comfortable. So I'm just mentioning that. I'm just mentioning that. See that. Now we got equal symbol. Meaning of equal symbol. Meaning of equal symbol. Assigning. Now in that A is assigning to 20 or 20 is assigning to A. Uh-huh. A is assigning to 20 or 20 is assigning to A. A is assigning to 20, which is never possible here. A is assigning to 20. It will never possible in Java. No, sir, we are BTech, sir. That is possible, sir. Java will give error here. Java will give error. There is no option of, there is no option of A is assigning to 20. Always 20 is assigning to A. I mean, we got the terminologies. We'll understand everything here. Let's see that. Now, see the understanding. There is no chance of A is assigning to 20. 20 is assigning to A. Now, we are working programming. For programming, we inform. What we inform? Equal. Meaning of equal? Assigning. What it has to assign? What it has to assign? Data. What is the data? 20. That data, what kind of data is? What kind of data it is? Integer type of data. That is an integer type of data. For Java, very clearly, we need to inform in saying that consider this is integer data type. Because of that, you will mention as int. You need to be mentioned as int. This is you will mention as float. This is you will mention as float. And then you will be taking with string, which you will be taking with string. So the one you will be taking with, the one you will be taking with integer data type, float data type, and taking with string data type. Now you can see the understanding. This int, float, string, consider us, consider us, consider us data type. See the name. What is the name you mentioned? Data type. What kind of data in the program? In the program, what type of data you are defining? You need to clearly mention. You need to clearly mention considering that integer data type, float data type, string data type, and then this A and then B and then name. Consider as variable. Consider as variable. This 20 and then 20.3 and that you are considering that variable value. Variable value. These are consider that data type and then consider as variable and then consider that variable value. So the conclusion of the whole thing, you are saying that data types and variables. What is the use of data types and variables? Use of data types and variables. Representing the data. So whenever you are working with the programming, whenever you are working with the programming, if you want to define the data, if you want to represent the data, you have to take care about data types and variables. Assume that in the program, you mention int equal to 20. In the program, you mention int equal to 20. Will that statement will be working? In the program you written just int equal to 20. Will the statement will be working? No. So the statement will not be working. Assume that in the program, just you mention a equal to 20. You mention that a equal to 20. Well, this statement will be working? No, the statement will not be working. I mean, whenever you are working with the programming, whenever you are working with the programming, you cannot work with only data type. You cannot work with only data type. At the same time, you cannot work with only variable. You cannot work with only data type and you cannot work with only variable. Always it's mandatory. You required of data type and variable. Whenever you are working programming, you are writing the program, you cannot work with only data type and you cannot work with only variable. It's mandatory. You required data types and variables. Okay. Okay. But in that if you consider individually, if you consider individually of data type, these data types, these data type, we got two types here. How many types? Two types. While working, okay. While working, it's mandatory. We need to take data types and variables. It's mandatory. We need to take data types and variables. Okay. But individually, if we consider individually, data type, how many types we got? How many types we got? Two types. In that, the one primitive data type. What is it? Primitive data type. And another one, reference data type. Reference data type. One is primitive data type and another one reference data type. One is primitive data type. Another one reference data type. Reference data type. That particular primitive data type, that particular primitive data type, again it's divided into 8 types here. So that is what like you mentioned, int, character, long, double, float. So totally how many types I got? How many types I got? 8 types I got. You got 8 type of data types here. In the same way, this primitive data type or reference data type, primitive data type or reference data type, sorry, non-primitive data type or reference data type, we can call as reference data type or we can call as non-primitive data type. So that we got that new. Now, data type. How many types we got? How many types we got? Two types. What are the two types? Primitive data type, non-primitive data type. Nothing but reference data type. In the same way, we got an option of variable which is considered three types here. The variable we got in a three types here. The variable we got in a three types. See the three types here. Make a note of that. Make a note of the three types here. In that, one is local variable. One is local variable. Another one, instance variable. Instance variable. Another one, static variable or class variable. one will be taking local variable and taking with instance variable and taking with static variable or class variable. One will be taking with local variable and one will be taking with instance variable and taking with static variable or class variable. Okay. Now say the understanding in simple. Just make a note of it and then I'll give the explanation. The meaning of local variables mentioning that define define within a method define within a method and access within a method define within a method define within a method and access within a method. The meaning of local variable, the meaning of local variable, define within a method and access within a method. At the same time, instance variable, define define outside of the method, define outside of the method and and inside of the class, define outside of the method, define outside of the method and inside of the class. In the same way, taking with static variable or class variable, static variable or class variable. Meaning of that, using the keyword, using the keyword of static, using the keyword of static. So for now, just look into the terminologies. One is local variables, another one instance variables, and then static variables or class variables. The meaning of local variables, define within a method, define within a method and access within a method and access within a method. In the same way, we got instance, define outside of the method, define outside of the method and inside of the class and inside of the class. Meaning of static variable or class variable. What is the meaning of this? Using the keyword of static, using the keyword of static. So that need to be understood in a very detail with that particular example, and then we need to be get more to lot of another new concepts here. So everything I'll understand. So step by step. So please take care about all these things here and please look into the practice. Please take care about the practice. So tomorrow we'll take care about these concepts.